Well, hello, and welcome back, y'all. Today I wanted to build a mobile home for a struggling artist, I suppose. And although the build itself is fairly simple, the part that wasn't as simple was the decorating and cluttering up. But I will say personally, the end result is fantastic. I love it. Had so much fun putting it together, and really hope that you guys enjoy it as well. Here you see me. I did lay down some furniture before I did the floor plan because I wanted to make sure that I had enough room for what I was doing. I did make it a little bit smaller because I didn't need it to be that big. We're talking an old mobile home that he is, temporarily, or actually he bought it, and it's a temporary home until he can get his footing in his career. He went to college for art, he's got his degrees, he's got all of that stuff, but you're a no name artist, it's taking him a while. So he had the idea of just buying a cheap little mobile home, doesn't matter how it looks, whatever. He just needed a place to live, a place to run his business out of, and start paying off his school bills and stuff until he could actually buy a nice home. He focuses on his job and doesn't focus so much on the interior of his mobile home because he is always on the go, working, working, working. He doesn't take the time to make his home perfectly spotless and clean. He figures, what's the point? I just need to make money. I need to make it quick. I don't have time for this. So you'll see that the inside of his home isn't great. Neither's the exterior, but he is very professional when it comes to his clients, and he loves what he does, enjoys it so much. He does all of his work out in the backyard because the inside of the house is so small. He does, like the paperwork and stuff inside, but as far as the actual artistic work, it's outside. So, of course, when it rains, it makes it a little more difficult. So that's why he works as hard as he does. I will walk you through the entire completed build. So make sure you don't go anywhere. Just blink. Okie dokie, I am all done. Yes, I'm going to say it. This was fun. I had a blast doing this. It was so hard because it's like so completely out of my comfort zone. I don't do a lot of builds like this, and I absolutely love it. As you can see, our sim does not take care of the property very well, in the front at least. I'll show you the back here in a bit. But we've got his attempt at plants that he's trying to grow in some, like Lowe's or Menards, Home Depot buckets. He's got a scarecrow out here, some other plants. Looks like that's a weed, but he's trying. He's got some window plants here in some containers that he made, an old waste can or waste bucket out front, dried, overgrown grass. The lawn is not very nice, but that is the area. There is a lot of green grass around. Everybody has dirt patches and whatnot, so it's not entirely his fault. It's just the way that greenery tends to grow around here. He's got some dead vines growing on the house and everything. He spends most of his time working and trying to make a living so that he can pay off those school loans. So now what we're going to do is go inside, and I think you'll like it. So here we go. This is what I interpret as a storm door, which is a glass door with like metal wires on the front. So you like open your door, and then you can have the storm door open so you can see outside. But there is no like door. So that's fine. So you walk in and you have the kitchen, dining, living room all in one. He does spend, like I said, most all of his time working, trying to make a living, trying to pay off those school loans, trying to get his business off the ground or businesses. So he doesn't have or take a lot of time to clean up after himself. His home is messy, sort of. It's very cluttered for sure, but he does have everything he needs. So as you can see, we've got a refrigerator over here with some pots and some pottery that he made. We have, the upper cabinets. We've got the microwave, which he uses most of the time because he wants a quick meal that he can eat in between working one job to the next. But he does have his nectar, some cookies, pots and pans, some barbecue sauces, ketchup, all of that. He's got boxes of cereal he's been in and out of. cookbooks he's rarely used. That's why they're stuck back there in the corner. He does wash his dishes on occasion, but they sit there until he needs them again. As you can see, we've got some dirty mugs there. He's got his creamers and whatnot. Coffee pot, because Lord knows this man drinks a lot of coffee. He stays up all night most of the time and everything. The floor, the inside of this old mobile home isn't in the best condition, but it's all he could afford at the time right after he got out of college when he wanted to start his business. He did get some of his furniture pieces from his father, who worked in a company who was getting rid of old office furniture. So he's like, free, sure, I'll take it. So that's what a lot of this green furniture is coming from his dad's workplace that was redoing their office. So they got rid of a bunch of stuff. The chairs he made, didn't quite finish painting. He's like, whatever, it's fine. He does have a cuckoo clock up there. He's got his client files and research paperwork for work. We over here have, oh, that's the radio. Over here we have a thrown together desk using bits and pieces that he had. He's got, files and things like that, a used coffee mug, an old computer. He does have his diplomas from school on the wall and his to-do board, so he knows what client comes next and when he has to get what done. These couches are from his dad's workplace. He also has magazines everywhere on the couch. He's got, I think it's called a spokes something or other box. He's got food on the table, dirty mugs. He's got his little book there that he jots down notes while he's watching TV. And since he doesn't have central air or heat, he has that there on the wall and a fan hooked up on the wall so he can get some airflow in here, an old TV, but he does have a radio as well. We've got blinds on the windows because that's what the mobile home came with, and that's what he kept because he can't afford to get new ones. The lights, same thing. That's what the mobile home came with, so that's what he kept. He found some old sheets, so he threw them over the doors to have a little bit more privacy. Of course, his little entry table of sorts with the only phone that he has. Well, no, I lie. He's got a cell phone over there, but that's his work cell phone. This is his personal phone, so people can call him at home, like family and whatnot. Mail sitting there, keys, a little bit of more clutter up on the shelf. He's got everything everywhere. He's got colognes right by the front door, I guess, on his way out and make himself smell nice. Over here in this wall of doors, we have the fire extinguisher and a linen cabinet and a storage cabinet or a storage tub up top. This door is the bathroom. It is a full and fully functioning bathroom. He's got his sink with his toiletries and whatnot, toilet paper on top of the cabinet, toilet. He's got cleaning supplies, including the broom for the house, which he doesn't use very often, messed up towels, gross walls, same light. But the bathtub also has a shower in it, which does not work. But she can get in here and take a bath. So there's that. And then this is just a regular curtain that I had to remove the two back walls and then two walls on the side, two walls on that side, and then raise it up with my 9 key and place it with the shift key and then put all the walls back. So that's a fun task. There was so much here that I had to place manually. It was, oh my God, it was impossible. It was not impossible. It was just a lot. This here is his bedroom. Again, a lot of clutter, a lot of books, a lot of paperwork, just kind of strewn everywhere. Nothing is placed directly in a corner. There's very few things that are at a full 90-degree angle. He's got more paperwork down there. He does dress nice for his clients. So he does have suits and things like that. But at home, it's a totally different thing. He's wearing sweats or jeans or whatever. Up here on the top of this cabinet, we've got more body lotions or whatnot, paintbrushes and workbooks and decor and whatnot. And then stuff on the wall. He's got another radiator down there. He's got his laundry that he still hasn't put away that he had to take to the laundromat. His old clothes on the floor. He's got paintings or pictures that he's never put up yet. He's got all this mess sitting here on this side of the bed. And then these are little sketches that he's done because he's actually a pretty decent artist. So it just takes time to be recognized. We've got a bookshelf here with a bunch of stuff. And then he's got an upside down bucket with a used coffee mug and then his pocket change and whatnot. And a map of the world over there. Again, with the curtain made out of an old bed sheet on those windows and the blinds on that one, as well as a floor fan so he's not too hot in the middle of the night. He found this old mirror in a dumpster, and he's like, you know what? I need a mirror. That's fine. I can't afford to buy an actual mirror. Now, we're going to go outside. This guy definitely loves his hobbies, but here's the backyard. I love this so much. It was so fun. So fun to find more crap to put everywhere. The stairs come down over here. We do have the electrical box and a bucket with, you know, like mop and whatnot to kind of clean up the patio, I guess. I don't know what that's for, but it's there. He's got some more storage there, overgrown grass and the vines and everything. He does have a water hose. Over here, he's got his grill with the little table he got from the same place that he got the furniture from his dad's work. Picnic table with some goodies on it. Over here in this corner, we've got a bunch of junk, but he didn't want to throw it away yet. He's got his old bed there that his mom gave him, and now he's like, nah, he was able to afford a new bed. So that's his old bed, that's his old couch, and old recliner. These are all things that he got for free, but feels like he shouldn't really get rid of them because he might be able to use it for a project coming up. So there they sit. Got some old chairs over here. We've got a box full of whatever. More boxes back there. Old mirror, which I think this mirror would be better off than the one he has, but whatever. Just a bunch of old stuff. A lamp that doesn't work, but he can use parts. You know, the old TV, and he's got his dolly there so he can move things around and not hurt himself. Old bookshelf. Again, just items that he can piece out and use for other projects coming up. More junk over here. Again, items that he can use to piece out for client projects. Under this pergola here, we have where he does his pottery. So he'll make the pottery, he'll put it in the kiln, and then he'll paint it up over here on this side. As you can tell, he's got a few that are already done, ready for the client. He just has to do some finishing touches and take them to the client. Over here are some other pots that he's yet to start painting. And then he's got one there that he just finished in the kiln. It's kind of nice. And there's an overhead light right there. I'll show you at nighttime here in a bit. Back here, we've got old refrigerator, old stove, a little table of sorts with more storage, overgrown dead grass, an old sign that he found by a dumpster somewhere, metal parts and stuff. He's like, I can use this stuff. I can use this stuff for artwork that my clients want. If he has time, he's going to make some artwork with all of that. In this section is where he does his woodworking stuff. And over here, we have a few finished pieces. I don't know what they are. A bunny, a horse, and an elephant. Just waiting to do some finishing touches on those. He's got his scrap wood over there, all the necessities needed for woodworking, his little sketch table, everything, including tools, and as well as sawdust on the ground, and just bits of pieces of stuff that he's going to use in projects. Over here, some more junk. He does have a lot of junk, but he tries to keep it like separated and not like strewn about the entire backyard, just in portions. So we got more junk over here that again, he thinks he can use for future projects. So he is a woodworker and a potter. Couldn't think of the word. But with the woodworking and the pottery, he tries to be creative, tries to be artistic. And again, he is trying to make his way, make his own name, and be somebody on his own. And if there's anything that he cannot use, he puts in this fire pit here, makes a bonfire, has some friends over, they roast some hot dogs, have a few bottles of nectar, and make a night of it. Because that's what you do. Now, with all of this stuff back here, he's not so worried about the junk as much as he is the items, like the pottery table and the kiln and, you know, his tools and all of that. So he does have a security camera and a floodlight. So the backyard should, in theory, be very well lit up. And the security camera will catch anyone who breaks in either through that gate or goes over the fence, whatever the case may be. He's got the backyard covered visually. So that, my friends, is the entire backyard. And let me tell you, it was so hard to find all of this stuff. I think I went through pretty much every menu without using debug, thankfully, because if I used debug, this would have taken me like another 3 hours because there's so much in debug. But this did take me quite a while. Every time I found something, I'm like, oh, that's junk. Oh, that's junk. Oh, that's junk. Or it could be junk. As you can see, I've got the old pots there. I got that little basket, which is really cute, but, you know, it's not finished. So technically, I guess it's junk. That's a pot he made that he broke. And yeah, there's a lot back here. These stepping stones she can walk on, thankfully. I used some from debug before, and yeah, they were blocking her path, which is so insane. Dead grass, dead vines everywhere. I think I mentioned that. I was going to use a brown fence like the neighbor has back there, but I thought the blue would be better. I don't know why. I think just because it was different. On this side of the house, we've got more, dead bushes, dead grass, vines, and whatnot. And then over here, same thing. He does have a tree in front, which, he doesn't have to really care for it, so it just grows on his own. So that's a good thing. But yeah, I think I like the storyline. I really do. It makes sense in my mind, and I like it. I really do. Every time I finished a little area, I'm like, oh my god, I love it so much. This is so cool. The kitchen was so fun to clutter. I mean, I like cluttering the kitchen sometimes, but this one was really, really fun. The whole thing was really, really fun because, like I said, it was completely out of my comfort zone. I don't normally make extremely cluttered homes. I have clutter in the house, but they're not extremely cluttered. And when I clutter it up, I use things that make sense in the house. This one, it more or less made sense for the storyline. So that's what I went with. Oh, this here, the TV, which I didn't know works, but it is not actually sitting on the cart. As you can see, the cart just moves away. I just put the TV there. And what he does, he'll watch TV when he's sitting here on the couch or whatever, but sometimes if he eats at the table, he'll roll the little cart, turn it around, and he can watch TV while he's eating his dinner at the table. But again, a used mug. He's got a bowl there, it's not like an actual food bowl, I don't think. It's 2 times bigger than this. I just made it smaller by 2 to make it look like, he didn't finish putting his bowl away. Because there aren't any actual like single kitchen bowls or kitchen plates that I could use. So I just did that. And I don't think he's ever even used these plates. I think he just uses these 4 plates here and the 6, 8, 10 mugs that he's got strewn about the house. Those are pretty much the only kitchen plates and stuff that he uses because eventually he'll wash them, put them here, and then he'll just take them straight from the dish rack and use them again. So there you go. But I did test this. Everything does work. I had to move a few things around and whatnot. I couldn't get her to come. She went in the front door just fine, but when I asked her to come out the front door, she wouldn't. She kept saying she couldn't. So I think it was this grass because I had the grass like under the stairs. I don't remember even how, but they were like under the stairs like that, but she couldn't come out. And I don't know why. But anyway. So that is that. I hope you like it. I hope you like the storyline. I enjoyed the storyline. It just came together so easily and so quickly. It boggled my own mind, which is a feat because usually I come up with weird stuff on all of my own. And you guys don't see all of it because I'm talking just like regular life. But anywho, point is, the storyline came together really quickly and I just went with it. I went to town with it and I am so glad I did. Hope that you guys enjoyed this, got some inspiration, and if you want to download this, it is on the gallery under hashtag mobile home hobbyist, as well as my personal tags, Lil Mama and Momma-One. And if you do download it and use it for gameplay or just like go with the storyline, let me know how it works out. And if you do this one and change it all up and make it something spectacular, which I know you can do let me know too. In any case, go ahead and hit like, comment with any other comments, questions, and suggestions. Subscribe if you're new. And until next time, y'all, have fun.